And welcome back to another episode of my 1UZ Corolla swap. It's been a little bit since I've touched it, mostly for the fact that, as you get older, you have back problems, yada, yada, yada. But enough about me. Let's see where we're at. There's where we're at. Okay, what we have here is a cross member out of an AE86. If I could talk, that'd be great. And we have the cross member here from the TE72. As you can tell, they're almost identical, except for the provisioning for the rack and pinion. On my last video, there were a few people who commented very helpful information, and I'm taking that advice because it makes sense to me. What I'm going to do is use this cross member out of the 86, put it in the Corolla. I have also bought, here we go. Well, it's in here, it's used. It's probably a little rickety, but this is a AW11 or MR2 first gen manual rack. I also bought parts from Rock Auto for the new boots on the outside and tie rod ends. I'm not sure if those tie rod ends are going to work, but things were inexpensive enough for me to just buy what I think I was going to need. So my plan is clean this up, rebuild it, or at least freshen it up. Like, I think I'd probably just put some grease at the ends here before throwing the boot in. But I'll look that up beforehand, find out there's something specific you need to use. I'll get this put in there. And what else? Also, what I was thinking is someone said not washers, but spacers to go on this end where it bolts to the frame would be good. So what I'm probably gonna do is take a few washers on each of the bolts and just lower it a little bit. So that way, as I keep walking back and forth, it'll sit a little lower. Maybe I can get away with not mangling the transmission tunnel. We'll find out, but that is the current path. So let's get to it. Well, I was gonna try and throw the rack and pinion in so I could get some steering back. But I made the mistake of just assuming, oh, I need the bushings for the MR2, I need the inner tie rod and the outer tie rod for the MR2. No, I didn't even think to look anything up. So, I did place the tie rod in, or like loosely placed it. The outer tie or inner tie rod ends are way too long from the MR2, which, okay, whatever. But what's weird is if you can you get the gist of how long they are. But the one that came with it is that big. So I finally decided to look some things up, and AE86s use the power steering inner and outer tie rod ends to go on the MR2 rack. So I've ordered those. Obviously, I've got to wait till I get them, so can't do much with that. So I'm going to clean all that stuff up, mostly unusable stuff, except for the bellow kit or whatever, the rubber boots. We're just going to clean that up, maybe move some of those somewhere else, and then try to stab that engine back in. And I can't remember if I covered it in another video. I got hooks finally. I'm so happy. From Australia. So shipping was hefty, very, very hefty. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be back and we'll just try and place this engine in here to kind of see how things line up. Hoping it fits this time. Well, we're going to stop with a little intermission as Mr. Noob, me, keeps trying to fight to get this engine in. Well, engine transmission. First off, the motor mounts. I'm pretty sure I had them on the wrong way. Because what I had was, let's get down in here. This part here, right, let's see, yeah, right there where the bolt would go through. I had the motor mounts flipped on the side, so this little stretch was more like over here. And there's no way I would have ever actually got the engine in that way, because I would have probably had to cut parts of the firewall. So, mistake number one. Mistake number two is, it'll come up at some point here. The problem I'm having right now, and I may just have to do what someone on the other video did, is massage the transmission tunnel to give it a little more room to move. Because it seems like, I don't know if I'm going to need to trim some of that down. Those little knobs and stuff kind of get in the way. So that's where we're at. I'm going to keep chugging away at it. Just remember, this is how a noob works on cars. You try and figure stuff out as you go, and you take whatever advice you find. So we'll be back. We're back with a quick little intermission / status report. So I've tried to mount this whole thing a few times now, and I keep adjusting little things and then trying again. Most recent step, I cut off two bolt holes right here that are right there because they were extending further out. I think they were causing grief down in the tunnel. But also, I trimmed this off because I know for a fact this top part here where the bolt hole goes, this top part was extended further than the hole where you'd put a bolt for some form of plate or whatever. So when last time I put the engine in, this was pressing right against the tunnel and then causing the engine to be a little cockeyed. So I'm hoping between that and a few more hammers down the tunnel that this will be the last attempt. I'm hoping. Please let it be that way. So we're getting a little closer, but we're still not there. With those recent changes, I put this in. You can kind of tell here that I could probably bolt up the driver's side motor mount, but the passenger side, no such luck. And what I believe to be causing the grief, let's just see if we can look from down here or through the transmission hole. One, it's a little cockeyed, but what I found is that wasn't amazingly useful. Let's see if I can get out of the light. Anyway, up here, pretty much, no, around this bolt. Yeah, there we go. I need to massage, as it were, around this bolt and back on both sides because there's sensors and things like that. So I guess I'm gonna have to get back to gently massaging her underside. Be right back. Well, I'm gonna call the video here because I keep rinsing and repeating the same steps and not making it anywhere. What I'm gonna ask of anyone who's made it this far in the video is, does anyone know any good resources where someone has put the CD009 transmission in an AE86 or TE7 or TE72, whatever the hell? Because judging by the look of it, since you definitely have more space on this side than you do over here. Like you can see it goes like that and then straight down. And I think that's where I'm kind of having the problem, because I can get this mount to appear to line up pretty good. But the engine is kind of cockeyed that way. Well, the engine transmission. So the transmission shifter location ends up being like around here. Lines up with the hole depth wise, but it's cockeyed. And that means that that mount is just nowhere near close enough to bolt up. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to cut some of the tunnel out and then build another tunnel, or stitch up or whatever. Remake the tunnel after I get the motor and transmission bolted in and a cross member for the transmission secured. I am not sure. This is what I'm thinking, but before I go hacksawing anything up, I figure I will ask the people who have probably done this a lot more than me. If I get no input, then I'll assume that, okay, I'm gonna start chopping and go from there. But I'm not gonna rush, because I've been taking forever on this anyway, you know, old people problems, back, yada, yada, yada. So anyway, any advice you can offer, feel free to give it. I was hoping not to chop anything up, but if I have to, I will. I am okay with that. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.